those of you men who are not getting the women that you want, the truth is a lot of you guys are boring.
When it is always about what can you give me? What can I get? How am I enjoying this relationship? How am I feeling? Me, myself, and I. Sometimes it can come off as a victimization of yourself. And sometimes this is also linked to somebody's past experience, good or bad, because it can come from both sides. Welcome to the Burning Coast channel, where I hit you with the facts that burn. Subscribe to the channel. Now, even though this lady is saying some things that don't make any sense, it is driving at a bigger point.
Say hookah, Hennessy, lamb chops. You have no conversation. You're not exciting. You don't plan an actual experience. Hookah, Hennessy, lamb chops. Nou pa gen passport. You don't want to travel nowhere. You don't want to try different food. Say lamb chops.
When it comes to the topic of dating is complex in of itself, but it's also pretty simple. And people make it this way because everybody wants to get everything from one person. Meanwhile, that is not possible. Now, we must first realize that everybody wants different things from a relationship. But let's talk about this first part. When somebody says that the reason why people don't get what they want in a relationship or not get the person that they want is because they're boring, we have to look at that precisely and understand what they mean. If somebody is boring because they're not giving you the life experiences that you want, that is not a qualifying way to pick a partner or to pick somebody that you should be in a relationship with. Sure, can somebody be more fun and entertaining to talk to? Yes, that is an aspect. But all because somebody is not fun to talk to you does not mean that person is a boring person. Possible that you can be the person that is actually boring because you actually want something that is not applicable to the person that you're talking to. You want to travel. You want a lifestyle. You want a certain type of treatment. A guy or a girl that just wants to get to know you for who you are, you may find that boring. And this is a specific example of why I say dating is complex, but is yet meant to be so simple. Everybody will say the right thing, but when it comes to the point that they're making, is pointing towards a bad decision-making experience. And they will speak it so boldly like it is fact. And because they have a microphone and because they have a platform that has been given to them by their own effort, people will actually take what they're saying and apply it to their own lives, knowing that these two people, the person that's speaking and the person that is being spoken to, come from two different life perspectives, two different life experiences.
Lamb chops, mashed potato, hookah, Hennessy. Always the same thing. It's no adventure with y'all. If you are a man in the dating pool right now, ask yourself, are you an experience? We want an experience this year. Experience.
Have access to different types of people. And yet, they say this with so much conviction. And nobody can tell them nothing. Nobody can tell them that, hey, I don't think that what you're saying is 100% correct. Experiences are good. They're good. But it should not be the qualifier for who you pick to be in a relationship with. Because you can always get new experiences. The world is a vast place of different types of people. If somebody wants to do the same thing with you every day, you can be the person that changes things. And this is why it's always good, at least from my own perspective, to ask why. Because when somebody says some things, it's not just to take it as fact because it may sound nice or it may sound true. You have to ask why that person is saying it, because the person that's saying it may be coming from a very bad experience. And there's some good experiences that somebody may have had. All because you had a good experience with somebody does not mean you will have the same good experience with somebody else if the activity remains the same. Because these are two different people with two different personalities and two different backgrounds. Somebody can be boring because they talk about things that I don't like to talk about. If I love basketball and the girl I'm talking to loves basketball, it's going to be an interesting conversation. But if I hate basketball and the girl that I'm talking to, all she likes to talk about is basketball, of course I'm going to find that boring. That doesn't make them boring. It just means that we are not a good match. And if you keep on finding people that are boring, that means that you have a poor decision making when it comes to your dating history.
I think men should see us in our natural
Baja's-
state before they get in a real relationship with us.
Whenever I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup. Let me see what you look like without the hair. I feel that that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep.
And I do hope that everybody's beginning to see my point little by little, because vulnerability or showing who you really are is not something to be afraid of. It's not something to be defensive about. It's not even something to be concerned about, because eventually y'all will get to that point. And with this clip, I do not actually think that Jessie actually expects a man to fund her lifestyle. Maybe she does, but I'm looking at this comment that she made and giving it the benefit of the doubt. I think this comes from a place of defensiveness because she may have gone through something similar to that in a way. But all because one guy or two guys do these things, it doesn't equate that every guy that wants to see you without makeup is trying to drag you down to his level.
Don't come over here thinking that I'm going to go to Sephora, get you some makeup. So I need to see you without all that because I want to strip you of all that because I ain't got it. When a man says that to you, he wants to strip you of everything. He doesn't want you to have the thought process of maintaining yourself.
Because at the end of the day, people would like to know you for you. People want to see how you look like when you're not wearing all the things on your face and on your body. People want to see how you look like when you don't have the environmental factors that help build this facade of what you presented. Not every guy that wants to see you without makeup is trying to bring you down or make you feel less than who you already are. Just like how not every woman that wants a man that is financially stable or has money is a gold digger. Everybody is different. Everybody comes from different backgrounds, different families, different experiences, different cultures. And you cannot put everybody in a box. And this comes from a place that she may not be willing to reveal, but everything comes from a place because nobody is born with this type of mindsets. Hey, not all experiences are bad. Not all experiences are good. And sometimes the good experiences you have can be toxic, depending on how you choose to use those good experiences to treat the next person that you get with, if there is a next person. And sometimes bad experiences can, in a way, be good for you because it teaches you what not to do or what not to expect or how not to treat the next person that you choose to be with. The fundamental thing is that it all comes down to the person that this happens to. Somebody is boring not because of what they do, but it's because of how they are to you or how you see them. Somebody is fun because you already like them and you find that person attractive. And sometimes, depending on how much you like a person, you can take something that's boring and make it fun. At the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. No one is perfect. And because of that simple fact alone, no one will be fully understood. So you do what you can with the little that you have and make the most of it. The Burning Coals channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.